Adam is the founder of Financial Knowledge Institute. Lisa is the CEO. Lisa right here is the CEO of Kiboo and a generous sponsor of the event. Holly is the co-founder of FinLit. And basically, throughout this panel, we're going to be talking about the future of money. We're going to be talking a little bit about financial literacy. And we're going to be addressing some of the issues and some of the most important topics related to financial literacy. So I'd like to thank all of you for joining us for this event. The panel should last about 30 minutes, and we're gonna ask some questions, and then we're gonna have about 10 minutes for Q&A at the very end. And also, if you have any questions throughout the presentation, we're gonna be checking Twitter, so use the hashtag NextGenFinance, and we will be able to answer your questions through there. So I'm gonna start. I would love to have each of our panelists introduce themselves and talk a little bit about their expertise. So I'm going to start with Adam. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Adam Loedel. I'm here representing the Financial Knowledge Institute. It's a national nonprofit. We do work teaching financial literacy in employer groups and community groups and any local groups where we work. And what we're going to talk about today is kind of focused on it.
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm a co-founder of FinLit. We're actually in private beta, but we're releasing our site this coming week, so please check it out at finlit.com. FinLit is obviously short for financial literacy, and our main focus is on what we call FLICS, which is an acronym for Financial Literacy Clips, Video, and Tools. We also plan campus events. We'd love anybody here to contact me or anyone on my team, and we have a flyer about that if you'd like to plan a campus event.
Hi, my name is Halpern. I'm the founder and CEO of Kiboo. We are a new way to bank. We're focused on students and parents, helping young people to learn about their money, save it, spend it, and give it under one complete solution.
Great. Well, it's kind of at that point. I want to kind of get everyone back to I want to center everyone. So everyone, just put your hands on your stomach like this. And we're just going to take 2 or 3 deep breaths. Okay? And I want you to expand your stomach. Okay? So start. Breathe in. How does that feel? I saw a lot of people that are just a little tense and having to relax a little bit and just absorb the amazing information that you're about to get. So we're going to start with, I want to ask Adam a little bit about financial literacy. So, and actually we'll go through and ask everyone, but what could be done to improve financial literacy? I think a huge thing, I'm a recent college grad, and I never took any classes in personal finance, or I never learned about the topic. And I mean, it's something that obviously is very crucial. So could you give us some resources and etc. to...
Well, it starts at number 11. So for the youngest people, younger than in this room, I think that falls a lot on the parents, on home life. Parents, unfortunately, are not as literate as they should be with financial matters. A lot of families, they don't have a good grasp on their own financial well-being, and kids look up to them. So when they don't have confidence in their own finances and things are not in order, when they don't talk to their kids about that, the kids don't have anything before higher education to rely on. And it's been my personal experience. I'm a young guy like a lot of people in this room. I never really had any financial literacy training when I went to school. I went to a private high school, to a private university, not a single class. And I think that's a big problem. That may be changing a little bit nowadays, but I think that's a big gap. And then once people get out of school, and like the last panel said, maybe you get a job, maybe you don't. You're going to be exposed to some of your own money, and if you don't know what to do with it, that's not a good situation. So there's a lot of firms, there's a lot of online resources. There's a lot of nonprofits that are there through the beginning of school, like junior achievement, all the way through the mid to late parts of your career. So I think that on different levels, there's a lot that can be done. That it's just not starting with that.
Yeah, Holly, if you don't know.
Yeah, I would really like to add that I went to school clearly before you, and there was no personal finance, financial literacy even available. But I do think that is going to change, and it's already changing. A lot of state legislatures are looking at the issue and deciding to include a requirement to graduate high school, something to do with personal finance, or working it into another type of course. And I think it's inevitable that it will change because we're all aware of the fact that healthcare is changing in 48 hours. We all know that the entitlement program, Social Security, and Medicare are not sustainable. So as these programs are changed and you young adults are told, guess what? You can't rely on this. I think people will demand that they have some information to make informed financial decisions for their futures. And so I'm optimistic that it will happen in time. Otherwise I wouldn't be in this area.
So your question was what should be done to improve financial literacy, and I think that the first thing that could be done is to put money into people's hands as early as possible. Let them start making decisions. Make it relevant. At the age of 3, you want things, and if you understand how much things cost, and for us, we have a real banking product that comes with it, and for the first time, 13-year-olds are creating goals. I want sneakers. They have no idea how much those Nikes or whatever they are cost until they Google it and they have to set up that goal and starting to put money into people's hands and letting them make decisions gives them a sense of responsibility and ownership. And I think that would be one of the first things I would do.
Right. And actually, I have a follow-up question. In terms of resources that are available, as students that use the internet, I think the common problem that we've seen is that there's so much noise out there. There's so much information on personal finance on the internet through various organizations. So how do we sift through, for example, there's some websites that say have as many credit cards as possible, and then there's other websites that say don't have any credit cards, maybe have one and build your credit. But so yeah, how do we, I guess Holly, you can start on this. But.
Yeah, I was just saying that people generally take recommendations from people who they know and trust, and that's not going to change. So basically, there has to be, rather than going to some website that you have no idea if the information is accurate or not, you're going to gravitate towards engaging somebody who you think has the smarts to give you good information. That's always been the case. That's why word of mouth is word of mouth.
Another really good example, you mentioned credit cards. I can remember personally, and I've been told by a lot of other people, including the kids of my clients, in college, you look for something that you can relate to, so like the name, the logo of your college. But when they start putting that on credit card offers, when you get companies that co-brand their cards, you have MasterCard on this corner of your card, and then you have University of whatever you go to on this end of it, people, they feel good about that, and they'll accept it, and they think their school's looking out for them. Oh, the interest rate can't be that high, it's my school. They know me, and they're looking out for me. There's a study that I read that said nowadays college seniors, average college senior, 20% of the college seniors right now have an average credit card balance of $7,000 a month. And that's crazy. When I was in college, I'm sure it was a lot lower, but people, they would just accept these things. You get it in the mail and they think, oh, this is great, I'll sign here. And the stat I wrote now is $7,000. That's nuts.
So how do you think technology and especially mobile devices will affect financial literacy and various topics as it relates to it? Yeah, Holly, if you want to start this one off.
Well, I hope that, we all have heard, I know it's a little edgy in some way, but Snapchat is super successful. So that's, obviously not an anonymous platform. So I'm hoping that once people recognize the need, they will engage people who they know and trust and open up their minds to get some concrete information that they feel they can trust because they trust the person who's giving it to them.
So, your question was on technology and mobile and how that's changing people's decisions, and what you do online on a computer is very different from what you do on your mobile phone and how you use your tablet. And how we approach that is you're making different decisions, and when you have, financial literacy is a way that is simply just being able to live within your means and being able to achieve what you want to achieve in your life. And with constant engagement through your phones, through your text messaging and Facebook or whatever those social things are, it's your responsibility to make those decisions. And with your money, your mobile device should be there with you by your side, so that how we like to see it is that you can see your goal that you're saving for spring break, or that you're saving for an apartment, or whatever it is those things are, so that when you want to go to the movies or those things that are instant gratifications, you're able to place that in a imbalance, I should say. So your money is going to be changed. Hopefully your money and how you view your bank relationship will change as it's integrated through your technology and your devices.
What? Yeah, Adam, do you have anything to add on that? Or no? So another thing that, yeah, please.
I just wanted to say that personally, I've noticed that there was some, personal, not too personal, but things that I wouldn't necessarily want everybody in the world to have access to. So I just wanted to say that, for example, Meetup, I put in some description and it just was a little bit too detailed. Next thing I know, it's like my name is like the third thing that comes up. So in terms of financial information, I just wanted to say that I would recommend to everybody that be aware of the privacy that the platform offers you before you put in personal information that you might not want to share with other trillions of people around the world. Exaggerating again.
I don't know, Lisa, but I checked out her site and product. It's really awesome. Because one of the things that concerns me is that everything is so accessible. Everything is at your fingertips. You go around the world, and as young people, you're so tempted to spend this money that you now have and you didn't have before. And it's so easy to just spend. And I think it's really cool that on Lisa's site, there's ways that you can help yourself to not do that. I think that's one of the really cool types of resources out there, because without things like that, a lot of my friends would probably because they're not disciplined.
Right. I think a very important point that all of the panelists have made is it also relates to trust as well. I think, Adam, you're saying something about parents, and Holly, you mentioned just recommendations and referrals. Another thing that I wanted to ask all of you is, I think engagement is a very important concept as it relates to financial literacy. So how do we also mobilize our youth to be engaged in the process? Because I just got my first paycheck last week and from my current job, and it was I was very confused about how to kind of budget it, and so I think engagement is obviously very important. So how do we kind of maximize that effect? Yeah, Holly, if you want to start.
Engage people you trust. In the area that you know that they have something that you don't have, and start from there. Educate yourself, and then it's sort of like a snowball. And you start with one thing, it leads to another, and just evaluate the people who you are engaging, and you can, just like you have some friends who have kooky ideas, and you just sort of say, okay, that's cool, and you don't do it. So, use your own judgment is really what I'm saying.
Yeah, Lisa, I saw you nodding your head. Do you have a comment?
I would think it's important to, when you say engagement, it's important to start a conversation around your money, and it's not, your money is just currency to get you to where you want to go. And so when you get that paycheck, what's confusing about it? Is it, how do I pay my rent, my phone bill, and all of these things I have to do? Or how do I use this money before I get the next one? Or is it, your, what's the Social Security? Why are they taking me out for Social Security? I'm 20, so it's really about starting a conversation and being able to use tools, whether it's with technology, with Kiboo does it, or Mint, or any of those things that are out there to help you to, whether it's get knowledge or just visualize. Visualization of your money is really important. And what's interesting I'm finding is that we have young people that are using Kiboo that are now teaching their parents, because they're more ingrained in the technology and they can see it and they're able to say, Mom, this is where we spent 50% of our money this month on food or entertainment. And that's interesting when you're getting that conversation and you're sitting around the table and everybody's part of that conversation now. It was taboo when I was growing up, because they would just say, got food on the table? Why are you gonna ask questions? This is just, where it comes from. So start the conversation.
We just mentioned paychecks. Well, the first paycheck that most people get is when you're a very little child and get your allowance. It's kind of like the first paycheck, and that's a real good opportunity to start teaching at a very young age. Not necessarily spending, investing, things like that, but just to have an awareness of money. And if you don't start early, I think the theme is start early, but if you don't start early, then you're going to be bombarded with all of the current technology. If you're not shown the right ways at a young age, it makes a difference. And that kind of goes hand in hand with, I think a similar comment was made, trust me, get advice, get recommendations from people that people that you trust. It doesn't have to be parents, teacher at school. If you're a little bit older, maybe you find an advisor that you trust and is reputable. There are a lot of different institutions and online resources. So it starts at a very young age. There's a lot of good, trustworthy sources that you know personally, and that's probably a real good place to start.
An interesting fact that we just finished a fintech lab, a financial technology lab, working with major banks, global banks. And the banks had stacks of research that said young people do not want to walk into the bank for advice. They'd rather go to their friends, their family, their guidance counselor, or whoever it is, but they don't want to walk into the bank. And so if we could start the conversation, and the banks are figuring out ways, how do we get in through the back door? How do we actually not be front and center saying, whatever bank, I don't want to say any names, they don't trust us. So we have to figure out how we're going to get it coming from a community or trusted sources.
Yeah, I would definitely say that, like anything in life, you need to evaluate what you're spending and what the payback is. So if you're saving $1,000 a quarter, $4,000 a year, you may make the decision to spend $4,000 let's use another number, let's say you're saving $250 so it would be $1,000 a year, and maybe you make the decision, I'm not gonna save that, I'm gonna spend $1,000 a year on this online course from XYZ University, Stanford University, or wherever, whatever university, where that $1,000 is going to increase my earnings by, double that amount, $2,000 a year, and then, evaluated over a 10-year time period, and so you make a decision that the savings will be better used as expenditures for that period of time, which will enhance your earning capacity. So again, it's just a matter of evaluating the savings versus the opportunity to use it to enhance your earning capacity.
Savings is hard, especially when you're not making a lot of money and you don't know how you're going to get through the week. So I have to say it's hard. But what you can do is set goals for yourself so that you can start to visualize what you want to achieve. And then start to understand the habits that you do every day. So go buy coffee at Starbucks is a very easy one. You cut that 2 days a week. So I'm not going to buy Starbucks on the weekend. You now have $10 a week, $40 a month, and you've got your $250, $1,000 a year. It's discipline. But it is hard, and I think the first step would just be figure out what you want to achieve in 6 months from now, in a year from now. Don't make it so big that it's just overwhelming.
Yeah, I agree. Start with small steps and grow from there.
So the idea is what you should be doing now when you don't have any money and you figure out just an idea in your head that you want to save.
I agree, it's hard. Most professionals would agree that the safety net of 6 months of expenses is appropriate. Now, that's hard to do. So, you don't make a lot of money, and you got to cover rent, you got to cover food, bills, cell phone, everything else, all your living expenses. It's hard to have extra money to set aside in a manner of 6 months' work. It's a lot of discipline, it's maybe some help. But if you fast forward to working years, I think the government also knows that this is hard for a lot of different reasons, because some of the programs are not in shape. There's proposals out there where if you work for a small business that does not offer a retirement plan, there's going to be mandatory IRAs. And unless you opt out, you're going to have an account open in your name. You're going to take 3% of your money and put it in for you. Unless you opt out or change it, work, I don't know. Maybe it's not a bad idea. Because savings, your question about savings, well, maybe you can look at that from the standpoint of savings to increase your net worth. Now, if you're a young person, you have a lot of time to compound your money. More time in the market is, in some cases, more important than investing in the right things.
Yeah, I'd love to jump in there and say that young people should definitely, because you're going to live through so many economic cycles, and every study has proven that rather than invest your savings ultra conservatively, you're much better off to invest it with a manager who doesn't charge a lot of fees, but yet can invest the money in a more capital appreciation platform. The money will grow over time, and as you invest that money, you don't sell the securities, you don't recognize the capital gains, the growth is compounded over time. So the younger you are, you should have a more capital appreciation orientation to your investments.
And on that, I think also we could add not only investing in assets, but based on personal experience, a lot of my friends have invested in themselves, whether they're getting some form of education, and many of them have received 10 to 20% increases in their pay because of investing in themselves. So it's not necessarily just the assets, but it's also skills that you can improve in yourself. I think also another really important thing about spending in general is who you surround yourself with. I think we'd all agree we have some friends when we go out with them, we might be spending maybe $20 a night, and there's other friends where we could easily be spending $100, but those are the people that could be in debt and they don't really understand it. So how would you say is kind of a good way to have this conversation? Because I think for a lot of young people it's like a very difficult, and it could seem like a very awkward conversation to have. So how could we initiate the conversation? I think that's always the hardest part, is maybe with like roommates or with some of our friends, just talking about our budgets and what's feasible for us. If anyone has.
Money is sort of an uptight subject, so, if you can initiate the conversation in a way that brings some humor or something, not to make it silly, but to sort of take the anxiety or stress out of the conversation, that's often an effective approach. In fact, that's what we're working on in terms of our videos. We're actually working with comedy and hip-hop actors to create the information in a way that's sort of fun and interesting rather than, preachy and boring.
I think that's a great suggestion. I also would say start the conversation before it's a problem. So if it's rent and you've got roommates, you know that this is a regular topic. You guys need to figure out a way to address it before it's too late. If it's a friend that always wants to go out to the more expensive places, but you want to hang out with that friend, they will respect you more and appreciate the friendship more if you simply just call it out to say, hey, I want to hang out. Here's a cheap. Why don't we go to the park instead? It's free. So I think if you value that friendship and you start the conversation early and you take ownership of it, I think they're either your friend or they're not.
And I'd like to say one other thing, if I may.
Absolutely.
So, actually, two really well-known and very successful people, Stan Rockefeller, who's a huge hedge fund manager, made lots and lots of money, and Ken Loedel, founding of Kiboo, they both come out very forthright in some many words with the concept of generational equity, and Ken Loedel said that the older generation is still young. Stan Rockefeller has created my plan to send you links to these videos if you're interested in seeing it. Really what I'm getting at is that Stan Rockefeller is now part of a 20-college tour visit, which started at USC and UCal Berkeley and so on. And he's trying to raise awareness among young people. And I'm not a young person myself, but if I were, I would be in the first row at these events because young people are going to actually receive several $100,000 less of money from the government over their lifetime. They'll be a negative several $100,000 because older people now are getting over $300,000 more than they can get into the government program. So I don't need to be a rabble-rouser, but if I were a young adult, I'd be like, you gotta be kidding me, and I want to do something about it. So I'm just sharing this information.
I'll comment a question on the other side of what we were talking to people about things that are a problem. We can also be part of the solution. If you've done something that's successful financially, share it with your friends, share it with your neighbors. People who empower other people. It's like I said earlier, parents
always like to say that, when you're going to interview for a job, whether you're in mechanical engineering, nursing, whatever it is, starting the conversation and saying, hey, I heard of financial literacy on my campus is going to be a benefit. So feel free.
Great. I think we have a few minutes left. I want to open up the floor for anyone that has questions. So, yeah, we'll just start at the front.
Yeah, I want to add to what Lisa said that a lot of kids nowadays are really kind of scared to go to a bank and actually question the bank, things that they can do with. And me personally, would be actually scared, like this, the main bank is like, hey, so going inside the scenes, I feel it in a way where they're trying to get something that means that they're going to do it by mistake. They're not going to do it. So how can we that change?
We're working on it. But it's every step. So yeah, we were working with the banks. They know that. And number one is fees. Just knowing what your fees are. How come every time I open up my statement, there's some cost here that I don't understand? When you call customer service, you're going to get some ridiculous answer that you're not going to know why, so you don't even bother. And so I think the first step in what we're doing with some of the banks is just on your disclosures. Like, here's all of the legal stuff, but here's what it actually means to you. And so I think those are some of the steps that we're trying to do. When it gets to when it gets to you and it matters to you personally, I don't know how long it'll take. I don't know who you bank with, but you can look us up too. It's free. But it's a problem. It's a big problem, and they know it. And if you go back to, because we're a technology company, who we are, is the banks are built on these old systems that are products. A savings account and a checking account. And my savings account, my checking account is exactly the same as yours. And we are not the same people. And because they're built on this back end old systems, they have no way to personalize it, make it so that you understand it. And that's what we're here to do, is to help take that up. Because the banks are important. They're not going away.
And also, if you really go home and you're sure that you're exhausted every possible explanation. I mean, if it's comfortable for you, really feel comfortable about it, take it to social media and makes no financial institution wants to have negative publicity and, exhaust it so that you're sure of where you stand. And, always leave the door open and say, maybe I don't get this, but. And, you'll get an answer.
Always ask to speak to the supervisor. They tend to, if it's a first time fee, they'll tend to reverse it, but also learn from it,
There's a few points to your question. The government's done quite a lot in recent years to address this. There's new disclosures on 401ks at work, retirement plans. There's increased disclosure requirements for a lot of people that are funds as a financial planners. I know a lot of people don't want to discuss the banks, they don't want to go to investment houses. There's hesitancies there. And a lot of times, younger people feel like they're not going to get the same standard of care. They're not going to be treated the same way as somebody who's older than they have money. And that's something that's being directly addressed right now. We're trying to force the whole financial industry to treat everybody in this room, no matter how old they are, how much money they have, the same. That has implications on your and on mine. So they're really trying to address that right now.
Yeah, and also as all the panelists have mentioned, trust is a huge thing, and what I personally do is if I am going to the bank or I'm going to get a car, I think of who I know personally that is the best at that. And maybe for the first few times you go with this person and have them come with you and have them talk to whoever.
So, like, history always has a way of repeating itself, and you also understand it.
Right.
So it's like a lot of people who know their relatives that you had to really get to before or some prior experience. And when you talk about one person, give them examples and ideas that is happening. And it's like you're just taking up this person's time. And you might not know the full story. So that's why I was trying to get at, building a nice, adequate foundation so that, banks and their clients are able to release some people. But, I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. Knowledge is power. So when you know what you're talking about, to build your position of power.
Absolutely, and it's also about baby steps as well. It's like you might after a few times, especially taxes, that's like a very frustrating thing whenever you're first getting exposed to it. But just you gotta try something, take it slowly, basically, and give yourself time to learn. So, anyone else have any questions?
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about insights on your opinion of how both devices have the ability to move money and figures on a regular basis. I mean, we're in a consumer-driven economy, 61% of it relies on internal consumption in our economy on a daily basis, and it has all devices. And now you're getting more advertising on mobile devices. They buy this from any company, product, or social media, whatever it is, you're getting advertising on your phone now. So there's a positive feedback behind the cycle, the Maslow's hierarchy, where you need something, you want something, you get that,
that's the last
you feel satisfied. It feels like that cycle has been speeding up very quickly due to the fact that you're going to buy something. So how does financial literacy keep up to educate people in order to make relative decisions at a fast, rapid rate that defines the result that they have today? What about that?
Yeah, I'll let you go.
Like I said just a minute ago, knowledge is power. So we can understand compound interest, which is hard. You can watch a video about it. Once you understand that, you'll know there's an advertisement for something that is off base. When it comes to compound interest, you'll know to ignore it. So you need to get some basic education and while people get intimidated by finance, it's really just language. Just like you learn arithmetic, 2 plus 2 is 4. It's actually as basic as that. So start with the small steps and just get some basic knowledge, and then that way you can ignore the advertisements that are meant to take advantage.
So mobile device is an exciting thing, and it's reality, and people aren't even using computers as much as they have been on their phone. So content is key. So every time you make a purchase, that text message comes up, so you have that realization that you just purchased something. When it comes to then balancing what you're saying is advertisements, I don't see as much advertisements on my mobile device. I don't know how you use your mobile device, but I don't see it as much unless I want to see it, whether I'm price shopping or I'm looking for a deal, but I don't see it kind of in my face of how I use it. But what I think how we deal with the mobile device is around taking those short snippets of smart information and putting it into a smaller context that's relevant to you at that moment, whether it's using location or an action. So I take the transaction as and then showing you where it is in your budget, and maybe it's what deals go along with that.
I was going to actually allow all of you, we're out of time, but if there's any closing comments that you feel like you had not the chance to express, feel free to go ahead. Holly, yes, lady.
Yeah, I would just say that I do think that financial literacy, just sort of a cat on the grass, it's inevitable that it's going to become more accessible because young adults, as I said earlier, need to be able to make basic financial decisions to have some confidence in the future. They're not going to have to be some kind of So I'm optimistic that it'll be much more accessible.
I'll say one thing. Good piece of advice for young people in this room. If you know somebody, maybe somebody older than you, maybe your parents or a friend or a coworker, they work with some sort of professional, some sort of advisor in any capacity. See if you could join one of the meetings. I know some of my older clients, they ask me, "Oh, can I bring my kids into the meeting?" I'd like them to see something. They're not going to understand what you're saying right off the bat. But can I bring them in? Can I get them exposed to it? So one of the questions I think was about maybe I don't want to walk into it. It's not treating it the same way for people. Well, that's the same in a lot of different areas. But ask, because if you ask, the answer is probably going to be yes. And that's really some higher level information earlier.
Financial literacy, the only reason why it exists is because there was a problem. And honestly, it's your money. And so, like, John's here, we're a certain company. I would say just know your money and be a part of it, and don't make it, it's like a chore that it's something that I have to now go back and learn about my money. Start to take a proactive approach to it and start it now.
Well, I don't want to keep all of you too long because I know lunches right now, so probably all hate me right now. But hey, please give the panelists a round of applause.